Hello students. In today's class, we are going to discuss many interesting topics, especially what is meant by null and how to insert null values explicitly inside a table. So by default, in case if you're not going to give any values, null values will be replaced in the place of unknown values. But here we are going to discuss how to define it explicitly. And followed by that, we will be discussing about order by clause. So how to arrange all the values in ascending and descending order while displaying the table content. And then we will be discussing about inserting values in all the possible ways. So not only the as usual method, but many different possible ways are there to insert values into the table. And then about update and delete statement. So update statement. So we have discussed already how to change the structure of the table using the alter table query. But to change the contents which is present inside the table, we will be using the update query and followed by delete, which helps you to delete the entire row inside a table. And do you remember that we have used the drop statement to remove the entire column which is present in the table. But to remove the entire row, we will be discussing about delete statement. And now we will discuss about all these queries one by one with relevant examples, and let's start the class. So what is meant by null? A null is a keyword. Actually, we will use this in the SQL table to replace for the unknown values. So what do you mean by the unknown values? First of all, in case if you are working in the SQL table and we are trying to insert some values after creating the table, if we have forgot to give any values for a particular column, by default what will happen here is that particular column or a row will be replaced with the keyword null. So null doesn't mean it is 0 or space or any other character. So null means a value which is unavailable or unassigned or unknown or inapplicable. That represents the null keyword. Clear? So it is not that we have to use only the null keyword. Even it is also possible to use the keyword is null. So let us see some examples based on this null concept first. So if you look at this example, select asterisk from student where name is null. So name is null means in the name column, whichever values has been given as null or whichever values has been by default displayed as null, only that will be retrieved. So look at an example based on this. Here as usual we have entered into the database Renu, and here I have displayed the table. Using the select asterisk from learner statement, I have retrieved the entire contents of the table, and followed by that select asterisk from learner where name is null I have given. So select asterisk which is the keyword, which is the statement that helps to retrieve the entire contents of the column. Followed by that I'm going to retrieve from which table? Learner table. And I'm using the where clause here because I'm going to find from which location I'm going to retrieve what. That is the reason why do we filter the records. To filter the records, we use this where clause. So where name column. In the name column, I'm going to retrieve the contents whichever is having the null. Yes, so where name is null I have given. Here I have given name for all the rows. So none of the rows has been specified as specified with a null value. So what will happen? It will display the result as empty set because for all the rows you have the name. So it will not display, it will not retrieve any contents as we don't have any null keyword present in the name column. So regarding this already I have taught you in the previous classes, and so the result will be displayed as empty set. Followed by that, if you wish to use is not null keyword, so is null means whether any names with null will be retrieved. In case if I use is not null, what will happen? If any names is not having the null keyword, only that will be retrieved. Here in this name column, all the values are having the names, all the rows are having the names. So what will happen? Everything gets retrieved as we don't have any null keyword specified here by default. So null will be replaced always for the unknown values. So in case if you have forgot to give any values or if the value is unknown by default, this null will be replaced in that particular place. Clear? So that is how the null keyword works in SQL. And followed by that, sorting results using the order by clause. So order by clause, when do we use this order by clauses? If you want to display the table in an ascending or descending order, especially by using a particular column, you can go with this order by clause. So to use this order by clause, this is the syntax. So directly we will get into the example to see how this works. So see here, select asterisk from student, order by marks 1 they have given. So select asterisk from student helps you to retrieve the entire column, and followed by this order by clause I have given, and following this order by statement, order by keyword, I have to use marks 1, that is the marks 1 column I have given here. So what will happen? This marks 1 column will be arranged in ascending order. Ascending order means from smallest to largest. So if you see here, order by marks 1 has been given. So in this, here everything will be arranged in ascending order. Even the names will also be changed according to this. Everything will be arranged in the ascending order. And followed by that, if you see here, select asterisk from student, order by name. Again, the same example, everything will be arranged in ascending order. So when the marks column changes here, automatically the roll number, name and gender column, everything gets changed by default. So you don't have to worry about it. And look at the example based on this as well. We will see how to arrange the columns in descending order. So to arrange all the data in descending order, we have to use the keyword DESC. So as well, we will use this DESC keyword to retrieve or to view the structure of the table. Do you remember? Similarly, here for ascending order, you don't have to specify the keyword ASC as ascending, because by default when you leave it as such, it will arrange everything in ascending order. But if you wanted to arrange everything in descending order, we have to provide the keyword DESC following the column name. So here they have given like select asterisk from student, order by marks 1. So which column you are going to arrange in ascending or descending order, before that column name you have to give the keyword order by. You understood? So order by marks 1 followed by DESC. So DESC helps you to arrange the marks column in descending order. So if you see here, see 93, 92, can you see? So the marks column will be arranged in descending order, and based on the marks column, here the roll number, name and gender column will be changed by default. So can you see here 91, 87, 78 till 65, everything will be arranged in descending order, which is it will be arranged from largest to smallest. So ascending order means it will be arranged from smallest to largest, and in descending order it will be arranged from largest to smallest. And followed by this, let us see an example about ascending and descending. So we have discussed about null keyword, and followed by that, to arrange in ascending order, see here, select asterisk from learner, order by name I have given. So based on the name column will be arranged in ascending order, and according to that, this roll number, gender and marks will be sorted out. So see here, starting from A, G, J, so still S. So how much ever names you have, everything will be arranged in ascending order. And if I wanted to arrange the marks in ascending order, I have to provide the marks column followed by order by keyword. So order by marks, if I give, marks will be arranged in ascending order, starting from the lowest to the greatest. So this is how it works, and followed by this. So descending order. So see here, for descending order, select asterisk from learner, order by marks, DESC, it has been given. So what will happen? Marks column I wanted to arrange, but in which order I wanted to arrange? In descending order. So DESC keyword I have to provide here following the marks column. So the marks column will be arranged in descending order, like largest to smallest. And even if you wanted to arrange the names column in descending order, you can provide DESC keyword followed by name. So here names will be arranged in descending, that is from the uppercase letter, from the last to the first. And instead of providing the column name, even you can provide the digits, that is the number of the columns. Even based on that also, it will retrieve the contents. So see here, select asterisk from learner, order by 2 I have given. So select asterisk from learner actually helps you to retrieve the entire contents of the table, and I have used order by clause to arrange in ascending or descending order, and followed by that I have given the column number as 2, so which is the second column here for me, name column. So this name column will be arranged in ascending order. I have not given DESC keyword, so The name column will be arranged in ascending order. Now you understood how to use order by clause for ascending as well as for descending order to arrange the data. And this will be reflected only during the output. So whenever you use a select statement, always remember that we will be extracting data and that gets displayed, that will be reflected only during the output, and this will not affect the contents of your table. So if you wanted to change the contents of your table, or if you wanted to change any values inside the table which has been already inserted, you have to use a special statement called update. So we will be discussing about that now. Before that, see these examples. So already we have discussed regarding this, and not only for one column, you can also even arrange in ascending or descending order for both the columns or multiple columns, more than one column also. See here, select asterisk from student, order by marks 1 comma name I have given. So marks 1 comma name, what will happen? The marks column as well as the name column, both will be arranged in ascending order. Can you see here in the name column, starting from A till S, it has ended. And similarly, the marks column starting from the smallest value till the largest value. So this is how it works. So not only for one single column, but even you can work for more than one column or to arrange in ascending or descending. So if you see here for descending order, so order by marks 1, DESC, name. So marks 1 will be arranged in descending order, followed by the name column will be displayed. And here even you can set some conditions followed by the where clause. So see here, even this is also possible. Select asterisk from student, which helps to retrieve the entire contents of the table, and where marks 1 greater than 90. So whomsoever has got marks 1 greater than 90, only those students' name I wanted to arrange in ascending order. That is what they are explaining here. That is what they have given here in the query. So where marks 1 greater than 90 has been given. So marks 1 greater than 90 means only those names will be filtered, and those names I wanted to arrange in ascending order. So I have given the order by clause followed by name. Clear? Then, so next to this, we will discuss about sorting on column arrays. So how to sort on column arrays? Regarding this column arrays, we have already discussed a lot, right? Do you remember? So we will be using the keyword as. So select name, marks 1 as total they have given. So marks 1 as total has been given. So marks 1 column will be displayed as total. So marks 1 has been displayed as total means in the output it will be displayed as total column instead of marks. So clear? So this is how this sorting on column arrays will work. And now one more interesting thing. So how to insert rows in many possible ways. So already we have discussed about insert into statement. So insert into statement, actually it helps you to insert values into the table once the table has been created. So when we create the table, we will be giving all the column names. And after that, we have to insert the values according to the columns which we have given, according to the order of the columns, right? So if we have given roll number as the first column, then name as the second column, gender followed by marks. So if we have created a table in this order, in the same order you have to insert the values using the insert into query. Yes, so this is the first type of inserting values into the table. So this one we know already, and followed by that the second method is also applicable. So to insert using a second method, what we have to do here is insert into student. So the as usual method which we have following here, insert into student. But before the values keyword, you have to give the column names. Can you see here? Before the values keyword, they are providing the column names over here, roll number, name, gender and marks. When all the 4 columns you are providing here before the values keyword. And after the values keyword, according to the column name, we have to provide the values. So roll number 13, name, it is Manikumar, you have to enclose within quotes as it is a string. Gender, again it is a string, you have to enclose within quotes. And marks 1, 97. So this is how you'll be giving. Clear? So this is the second method. And one more method of inserting values into the table. So if you see this here, it is not that and it is not a compulsion to always provide values for all the columns. If I have created some 4 columns, it is not a compulsion to provide values for all the 4 columns. It is my wish to provide the values for the respective columns, right? I can even provide values for the first 2 columns alone, and I can leave the rest as such without giving the value. So if I'm not going to give the values, what will happen? By default, that column values will be replaced with the keyword null. So we have discussed already regarding the null, no? So for the unknown values, if I'm not going to give values for gender and marks 1, that will be replaced with the keyword null by default. So that represents the unknown values. Can you understand? So see here, insert into student, roll number, comma, marks 1. So here they have given only 2 columns before the values keyword, and following the values keyword they have given only 2 values, as we have given only 2 column names while inserting. So only 2 values I have provided. So what about the remaining columns? Only for roll number and marks 1 I have given the values as 14 and 45, that will be displayed here. And for name and gender, I have not given any values. So what will happen here? Null will be automatically replaced over here in this particular column. Now you understood, this is how this null keyword works. And these are some different forms of using the insert into statement. So you don't have to stick to one particular method alone. You can make use of the column names followed by the values, or you can directly provide the values without using the column names also. But we have to keep in mind in which order we have given the column names. In that order only we have to provide the values for the table. Then explicitly inserting null values. How to explicitly insert null values? So far we have discussed how the null values has been inserted implicitly. Implicitly means by default this null will be replaced for the unknown values where we have not given. But if you wanted to insert the null values explicitly, that is also possible by using the insert into statement. Understood? So see here in this example, insert into student, roll number, name and gender they have given. Got it? So roll number, name and gender alone they have given, where they have not provided any value for marks. So what will happen here? Only for roll number, name and gender alone I have given, and for marks I have not given anything. So by default null will be inserted. But here they are defining it explicitly. See here, insert into student, values 14, Siddharth, which is the name, and gender, and for the marks column they are directly giving it as null. So instead of leaving it as such, when you leave it as such without specifying null, by default null will be assigned in that place. But if you wanted to specify it explicitly, you can directly mention it over here as null. So this is the another method. Understood now? So null means a value. Null means no value has been entered for that column. So the value for that column is not known. So if you don't wish to provide any values, or if you do not know what value to provide here, sometimes marks only when the student says or only when the teacher says, we know what marks the student has got. So if we do not know what we will do, we will leave that space as such, no? And whenever we wanted to change, we will be changing it later. So in that cases, we can use this null concept. Understood? Now followed by that, update statement. So this is one more interesting topic. So already we have discussed how to change the structure of the table. So structure of the table actually, to change the column name or to change the data type of the columns, for all these things we will be using this alter table statement. Do you remember? So alter table query helps you to change the structure of the table, but inside, what about the values which is present inside the table? So for example, see here. So what about the values which is present inside the table? So we have to, if you wanted to make any changes in the marks, or if you wanted to make any changes in the names, in that case, we can stick to this update statement. Actually, update statement helps you to change the contents of the table. That is, the contents which is present inside the table, that can be changed using the update statement. And one more thing, when we use this update statement, always you have to remember to use the keyword set. So set is a keyword where it helps you to change the values, where you're going to fix or you're going to make modifications in the respective column or in the respective row. So for that we will use the set keyword, followed by we will be using the where clause to filter the records. Yes, now see here, update student set marks 1 equal to 94, but I have not given any condition. I have to give the condition, because without, if I'm not going to give the condition, I may not know in which particular place, in which particular column, and in which particular row I have to make a change. We will not be able to guess, right? So that is the reason we are using the where clause followed by the column name. Yes, and see here, update student set marks 1 equal to 94, where name equal to Monica Rana. So what they are giving here, update is the keyword, that is update query we are going to use, followed by the table name. Student is the table name. So I'm going to update the student table. Yes, and what am I going to do here? I'm going to change the marks as marks 1 equal to 94. So whatever changes I'm going to apply for that particular column and value, I should use the set keyword. So set keyword followed by column name and marks, and followed by that, where am I going to change? I should provide some clue, right? Without providing a clue, you will not I will not be able to identify. So I have to provide a clue where I have to make a change. So for that we will use the where clause. So while filtering the records, filtering the records in the sense it helps you to identify in which place I have to change the marks, in which place I have to change the name. So for that purpose only we will be using the where clause. So where name equal to Monica Rana. So wherever the name Monica Rana is available, in that place the marks column will be changed to 94. Just have a look at this here. For example, look at this table, Monica Rana. Yes, previously the mark was 93. Can you see here? Previously the mark was 93 and I wanted to change the mark to 94. So to change the mark to 94, what are they doing here? They are just making a change using the update statement. Update student set marks 1 equal to 94, where name equal to Monica Rana. So 93 will be changed to 94. Can you see the difference here? And so to view the contents or whether the marks has been changed or not, as usual you will be using this select statement to retrieve the content. So select name marks 1, 2 columns I'm retrieving here from the student table, where name equal to Monica Rana. So I just wanted to view that Monica Rana name alone, whether the mark has been changed. So yes, the marks has been changed. To permanently change the values which is present inside the table, we will be using the update query. So select statement always helps you to display the contents, yes, only during the output. But update statement and alter table statement, don't get confused with this. Alter table query helps you to change the structure of the table, that is the column names or the data types, all these things. Whereas update statement helps you to change the contents which is present inside the table. So for that only we will use this update statement. And similarly, see one more example here. Update student set name equal to Chanana and marks 1 equal to 90, where roll number equal to 15. So what they are doing here, I'm going to make a change in the student table and I'm going to set the name. It is not that you have to change or you can change only for one column. You can even change values for multiple columns also. So in the hard copy of the registers, if there is a mistake in the name, we will change the name by informing the concerned person. Similarly, if there is a mistake in the marks, we will be changing the marks as well, right? So for those purposes, we will be using this kind of query. So set name equal to Chavichana. They are changing the name as well. They are changing the marks. So name always you have to enclose within the quotes as it is a string. And marks, no need as it is a number. And they are giving a clue. So in which roll number should be 15. So in the roll number 15, 15th row, you have wherever roll number 15 is available, in that place I have to change the name as Chavichana and marks as 90. So if your query has been accepted, it will display it as query OK and row affected. So this is how you will be using the update statement. Clear? And now at last we will be discussing about delete statement. So delete. So no variable, why do we delete the contents? If it is no longer needed, we will be deleting all the contents. So to delete the contents from the table, so delete statement actually it will not help you to delete the table, but the contents can be deleted. But to delete the table or to delete to remove the table completely or to remove the database itself completely, we will be using the drop query. So do you remember? So drop statement helps you to remove the table or the database itself. But if you wanted to delete the contents which is present inside the table, we will be using the delete statement. So delete from table name, and along with the where clause you will set the condition. So in which particular row you wanted to delete, for that we will be filtering the records. And this delete statement, if you see, it removes the entire row itself, whereas drop statement helps you to remove a particular column, the entire column it helps you to remove, whereas delete statement helps you to remove the entire row alone. So if you wanted to remove the rows one by one, you have to remove like that, or if you wanted to remove the entire contents of the table, you can provide it according to it. So see here, delete from student where roll number equal to 14. If I'm going to give, what will happen? The roll number 14, this entire row of roll number 14 will be deleted. Just see an example here. Have a look at this. Previously in this table you have entire contents. So see here, totally seven rows are there. In the seventh row, in the 7 rows of a table, I'm going to delete the content, that is Lakshya Bhanu. To delete this particular row which has the roll number 6, I have to give a query in such a way like delete from learner where roll number equal to 6. If I give delete from learner, delete from the learner table where roll number equal to 6 I have given. So the roll number 6 you have Lakshya Bhanu, right? So this name and the associated contents and all the relevant contents, everything gets deleted. And can you see here, when I retrieve all the contents using the select asterisk from learner table, the 6th row is missing, which means I have deleted. So this will reflect all the changes in your table. So only particular statements, particular queries alone will make changes in your actual table, like alter table statement, update statement, and delete statement. So you understood? So this is how you will be using the delete query. And let us look at the summary. So for whatever we have discussed. So first thing, initially we will create a database. So without creating a database, you cannot enter into the particular folder, right? And or you cannot work with the SQL itself. So first thing, you will create a database. It acts like a container. And once you create the database, you will enter into the database using the use query. And followed by that, you will create the table. Yes, and after creating the table, you will insert all the values into the table using insert into query. And after inserting all the values, to view the contents of the table, you will use the select statement. Yes, I have taught you so many times how to display all the columns using select asterisks. And to select the specific rows alone, to filter the records, you will be using the where clause. Whereas describe statement, it helps you to view the structure of the table. Yes, what column you have created and the column belongs to which data types and whether it comes under null or not null. All these things will be displayed when you use the describe statement. And if you wanted to change the contents or change the structure of the table, like changing the column name or changing the data type, for all these things, we will be using alter table query. Yes, along with the alter table query, you have 3 commands, which is add, drop, and then modify. Yes, then followed by the distinct keyword. Distinct keyword helps to eliminate the redundant data. That is, the repeated values will be eliminated and it will help you to display only that one single value. So logical operators are and, or, and not. And here you have between operator. So to define the range of values, and then in operator to match the values which is present inside the list. Then percentage and underscore, where the 2 wildcard characters which we have discussed along with the like clause. Yes, when it comes to the pattern matches concept, there we have discussed regarding this. And null concept, just now we have discussed. So null, which is the value that is unavailable, unassigned, or unknown, or inapplicable. And select, order by clause, update, and delete statements. So almost we have discussed all the concepts based on SQL. And we have come to the end of the chapter, and I hope you have understood all the concepts which we have discussed so far. Thank you.